Good morning, everybody. You know, my timer has a 2-second delay on it. In other words, I guess the video is active and recording, but it doesn't show me anything until at least 2 seconds have passed. So I don't know if I'm there or not, but I guess I am. All right. Couple of stories. It's a Russian ship from the so-called Shadow Fleet that they've gotten that sank, not on purpose apparently, and they say it may have had nuclear submarine reactors for being sent to North Korea. Oh, you could see the war shaping up now. China and the U.S. minus Trump versus Russia and North Korea minus Putin. I think both leaders will be gone in a very short period of time, but that's the real stuff today, folks. Okay, sorry. I'm tired. I'm having trouble sleeping. I wake up in the middle of the night with this song. It's a Michael Jackson song. They play it on all the animal videos. And it's just like a few bars of the song, and it just keeps going over and over and over and over and over, and it's driving me friggin' insane. But anyhow, I digress. Okay, so that's a story. I mean, they're moving stuff around in the Shadow Fleet, and we don't know where it is or what it is. We haven't got a clue. And that's just Trump, he's pissed off so many people that our sources of intelligence are drying up all over the world. Now he's got, he's talking about, this is the second part, I guess. He's talking about going into the Iran and renewing combat activity. Well, they know it's coming, and they're pretty well dug in, and they're hiding everything. So, I don't think it's going to be that effective. He thinks they're stupid and leave everything out in the open for him to, drop all these bombs on, and they'll tell everybody. There's a lot of misinformation out there about what they have and don't have and where it's stored and where it is it's stored. AI photographs showing up everywhere of supposedly storage areas for drones and what have you. Intelligence can't be trusted anymore. It's a shame. I mean, we had it pretty good for a while. We don't have intelligence assets in the Mideast. Our intelligence assets were the Mossad and the Jesuits. The Jesuits, because they've been there for centuries, just like the Jews. So the Jesuits are the, I don't know what to call them. The strong arm of the Catholic religion, I guess you could say they are. Going back to the Inquisition. They're information gatherers. They're not fighters or killers or assassins. They're information gatherers, and they're pretty damn good at it. The thing is that you're not going to get that information from the Catholic Church, because Catholic Church isn't going to share intelligence that's going to help one side win a war, especially somebody like Trump, because Trump's in a genocide. Trump wants to go and do what Netanyahu, or whatever his name is, the Jewish prime minister, tried to do in the Gaza Strip, and that's annihilate everybody. And that's basically his combat plan: kill them all. It's Hegseth's plan: go in and kill them all. Doesn't tell you, what to do if they fight back. Doesn't tell you what to do, if you need to get out of there. Doesn't tell you how to negotiate peace. There's no plan in place there. But there are no plans in the Trump administration other than put money into his pocket, in his cronies' pocket, stay in power as long as he possibly can, try to fool everybody that he knows what he's doing, which he doesn't, and turn this country into a manipulative, not a manipulative, that's the wrong word to use, a putty that can be molded into any shape he wants it to. You know, he's taking the natural bias of white people, which is they don't like color. I guess it seems that way. My mom didn't care. My mom taught me the philosophy that if they can do our work and pay them, what the hell, you know? It's like immigrants. Everybody's against immigrants. But I don't see people lining up for dishwashing jobs in a busy diner or something like that, where you work your ass off for, 12 hours a day for a minimum wage. I don't see white people lining up for that job, you know. If they are, they want minimum wage plus $5 plus health benefits and paid vacation. And dishwashers don't last long enough to get paid vacations. As a rule. Some do, but they're not white. You know, dishwashing is the home of the drug addict, the alcoholic. It's not, an intellectual person isn't going to, a person, I shouldn't say that, this is going in the wrong direction. I don't mean that stupid people will take that job. I mean desperate people take that job. Okay, people that are trying desperately to get back on their feet somehow. You know, and this is the only, they're not qualified for a lot of things, and while they're trying to get qualified for something else, they start off as a dishwasher. You know? I was working in a finance company when I was washing dishes in my friend's restaurant. Then I started cooking in my friend's restaurant. Then I started bartending in my friend's restaurant. Next thing you know, it's my career. And I got very good at it, and I made a lot of money. I drank all of it, but I made a lot of money. More than enough to live if I had been smart. But I was never known to be frugal, if that's the term. I think that's the correct term. But Donnie is Donnie. In the meantime, what really are my friends? I haven't seen. Maybe Jim was a bot, and they short circuited. Maybe I've been banned. I don't know. I'll have to see if I can test that somehow or another. Call a friend of mine locally and have him check my website out. See if he can leave messages and whatnot there. All right. So anyhow, what else is really happening in the world? They're not telling you a lot of what's going on now. It's getting quiet. The World Cup's coming up. I don't think that's going to be what everybody thinks it's going to be, and other than a sporting event, it'll be a sporting event. But I don't know whether it'll be the one that everybody is thinking it's going to be. Well, the United States isn't going to do good, and if it was a women's team, they could probably win it. But the men just don't play good because it's not enough. It's not a big enough spectator sport, really. And the stadiums are. A lot of the stadiums that are out there aren't really worth it, So we don't know about that. I'm beginning to think some of the stuff they're writing up, is really bad reporting. Doesn't make sense. Let's see. That's breaking news, but that's that because I don't think anybody knows anything remembers too much about that right now, that story. So we'll just hang off that way. A Southern California mayor resigned. He's going to plead guilty to acting as an agent for the Chinese government. Spies still exist, people. People didn't believe spies. People don't believe we have spies. We got spies. We got satellites that can look over your shoulder and see what you're writing. That's why they. That's why all the big, not the corporate people. Well, some of the corporate people do it, but definitely the military people do most of their work underground now. Uh, so you have to put in physical spies if you want to get anything from them. Now, I haven't seen this whole story yet, but what they say, the Hezbollah drone hit an Iron Dome battery in Israel. That's that real big protective thing that they have. It's a point. I don't know. I read the article. I read an article on it yesterday. It's not everything everybody claims it is, and the one that Trump is installing is going to be a failure. So why does that not surprise me? That man has never truly succeeded at anything except pissing people off. He's extremely good at that. I don't see. I don't think there's a political leader in the world that can piss off people the way this guy can. So that's his success story in life. What was your biggest success? I piss people off. Wow, man. Oh, wow. He does do that, doesn't he? He gets up in the morning, opens his eyes, and he pisses me off. And I haven't even seen anything he's written yet. I just know he's out there, and that pisses me off. Now, the Republican Party's worried about the economy, but they're not doing anything to fix anything. You know what I mean? They're doing things that are going to hurt our economy. They're going to hurt us. Like I told you yesterday, those Trump accounts for kids that he started. That's just Trump's way of removing Social Security. And then in 10 years, Social Security's not going to be there. Now, for me, I don't think it'll be that bad. For my wife, might be. But she's got a family that'll help take care of her, and she's pretty frugal. She puts some money away. She doesn't spend it the way I do. I'm just reading headlines, and none of them are. It's just for a Tuesday. It's like summer vacation already. Nobody's doing it. I don't know. People are suing everybody for everything. It's not cool, folks, to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not cool. I told one guy that was going to sue me about something. I forgot what he was going to sue me. The way I stopped the lawsuit, I just looked at him and said, "You got to be alive to testify." I don't even know what it was about. Probably with my record of car accident. So anyhow, what are your plans for the rest of the week? I mean, something's got to be going on. I guess not. That means Trump is being sneaky today, folks. So I think you really ought to, put your hand over your wallet. Watch your tax returns and everything, because this clown is up to no good right now. Oh, you can be a dual citizenship now, huh? Well, I have to see what that requires. Because if I can get dual citizenship, I'm going to get it before I die. Oh, a little bumblebee. I'm looking up stuff on Mastodon, So Universidon social media. It's good stuff. It's one of the two accounts that I have that I replaced Twitter with. Or X. When I went to X, I was gone. I couldn't deal with that clown. Stupid. You know, he only wants you to post stuff that he likes, really. And right now, he's probably a lot of stuff up there that he doesn't like, but he doesn't pay any attention to it, really. And I don't want to have to see his shit every day, so. La 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 la. La 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 la. Alright, that's it for me today. Boring as hell, man. There's no news. There's nothing to talk about. Congress ain't doing shit. Senate ain't doing shit. Trump's playing golf. Do you know it's costing us $5 million a weekend for him to go to play golf? Jesus. And he goes every week, and they said, what's 5 times 25 million? That's what it's cost us so far, or something like that. You know? We pay for those vacations of his. We pay for his food. We pay for everything. We pay for his parties. He doesn't pay for jack shit. He just spends our money like it's nothing. Wants to build all these things that with his face on it, and he's not doing anything to help Social Security or the economy or anything else. What a scumbag. All right. I've finished now. You can go back to watching cartoons or whatever it is you're doing. All right, this is just hit the subscribe button, would you please? I am now looking for a source of money since my Social Security is probably going to get hacked to shit in the next couple of years. So we'll see what happens there. But anyhow, wood carving takes me such a long time because my hands are getting weak. I'll show you what I'm working on. That's a bear I'm working on. It's coming along, but it's got a ways to go. You know, I try to use electric tools when I can. I know that's cheating, but I have no choice in the matter. My hands are just, they're gone. All right, everybody. That's it. Take care. I'll see you in the morning. Have a good one. Or you can run over and see my live video, see if I can find anything new to talk about. All right? Take care, guys.